As I said at the top of the show, we're going to talk about the new principal pay plan enacted by the General Assembly earlier this year. And joining us to talk about it on our first segment are Matt Wight. Matt is the principal of Apex Friendship High School in Wight County, and Dr. Ray Spain. Dr. Spain is the superintendent of Warren County Schools. Thank you both for being here.
Good morning. Thank you. Good morning.
All right, Matt, I'm going to start with you. You just celebrated a birthday, I understand. You're 59, so I think it's, since you told me, I'm going to say it on the air. You're a veteran educator and a principal. You've been in education for 30 plus years now. So how will this plan personally affect you as it's currently set up?
As of right now, there's a hold harmless provision, so it does not affect me other than my salary is basically frozen. But at the end of the hold harmless, I stand to have a significant pay cut based on the fact that the new principal pay plan does not include experience. So all of the experienced principals in my sort of situation, 30 more years, stand to suffer a significant pay cut.
And the experience level was one of the things that was taken away in this new plan. Now you're here in Wake. Obviously, you've talked to other principals. Are a lot of principals feeling sort of looking at it warily as well and sort of doing these calculations?
Absolutely. Excuse me. The experienced principals who've put in 30 years and more have to look ahead. As I mentioned to you earlier, I've got 2 daughters in college, and so I've got some long-term plans that I need to be looking at. And the fact that the hold harmless is only 1 year is a little unsettling.
Right. Dr. Spain, as a school superintendent, you've got to hire folks like Matt Wight. What do you, this is like Warren County, if folks don't know, is a small system, serves a pretty high poverty community, a kind of system that traditionally has a harder time sort of recruiting and retaining teachers and principals, right? So do you think this new plan is going to help or hurt Warren County?
I think it's going to hurt Warren County. We currently have 8 schools. Of the 8 principals, none have any more than 5-year tenure. So we've got a young staff, and we have turnover. And this is really going to be a disincentive for those trying to recruit principals as well as retain principals. The fact that the pay can change for principals, we have some low-performing schools, even though we're making progress. It's somewhat of a challenge for someone coming into the profession to be under so much stress trying to bring those schools up when there's the incentives are actually disincentives where they can see a reduction in pay.
Yeah, and that's something I've heard from principals that I've spoken with. It's some of them are the pay increases are good now, but they also worry about it. It almost becomes like you're working on commission, and you could see some pretty wide fluctuations in your salary from year to year. Is that something that you've heard as well?
I've heard it over and over again.
Right.
And in fact, we had one principal that left one of our schools this year to move to another county. Went on the teacher pay salary, and it was actually an increase.
Well, Matt, the veteran principals like yourself, I mean, do you think this is sending the wrong message, or is it sending a message that that the state doesn't want veteran principals?
I'm not sure if that's the message or not, but it does remind me of a couple years ago when the teacher pay scale was adjusted, and the majority of the money went to the newer teachers, and I understand that you want to keep people in the business, but it does send the message that perhaps experience is discounted a little bit. Certainly, I'm a principal at a high school, a 4A high school, and we have over 2,000 students. So my sense is that I didn't get this job just because I've been around for a long time. I think that over the years, principals gain experience, they learn lessons, and they learned how to handle complex organizations that I don't think that newer principals can handle. So I can certainly say that in Wake, the experienced principals are feeling that this new play plan does not recognize their experience and their expertise.
Right. Dr. Spain, what would you do? I mean, as far as you think about what you need, so what are the things that would make it, you think, easier for school systems to recruit the best principals?
I think some predictability in salaries, that principals need to know what their career path is, need to know that if they are working and making improvements, that they're going to be rewarded, that there's not a chance that they may go up one year and down the next year and see a significant pay cut. So predictability, I think, is one of the main, would be one of the things that would certainly help this situation.
Yeah. What do you think about the performance element? It's now becoming a pretty, a fairly large component of your compensation going forward. The stated reason is that principals will be more focused on student success if they're tied to student growth of their academics. Is that, I guess, do you think that's true?
I don't think that any principal is afraid of being judged on their performance. Our job and what we're devoted to is improving student performance every single day. But I could see that if you do have low-performing schools, it might be difficult to hire people there who knew that there would be a big fluctuation, and that it's very, very difficult to get high growth every single year.
Right.
So I don't think that we're afraid of performance. Again, in my situation, it's about discounting experience completely. It seems like if you had a way of blending the experience and the performance, I don't think anybody's afraid of being judged on their performance.
Well, that's a great point to end on. I appreciate both of you coming. Thank you for what you do every day, and thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
When we come back, we're going to continue this discussion on principal pay, but first, see if you can answer this question. True or false? Average base pay for North Carolina principals declined by more than 20% over the last 10 years.